What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well. As for myself, I'm doing okay. I think today could have probably been a better day trading because this dude right here was not trading in the zone today. I'm not sure if any of y'all out there have read the book Trading in the Zone. I haven't actually read the physical book, but I have listened to the audio book a few times, and I'm in the process of actually purchasing the book. One, probably just to put it back there on that little table and to eventually read it. But today, I don't know. Today just started off kind of funky all the way from pre-market. Finding ideas. I found some excellent ideas today. And one of them triggered pre-market. I wanted to take this trade pre-market, but I just couldn't bring myself to pulling the trigger. And this thing just went crazy. It was one of the banking stocks. And then I took another trade and my computer had wicked lag, like incredible lag, to where I would put an order in and it would take like 30 seconds for it to even pop up on the screen. This trade that I was in, it was green. I tried to get out of it. I couldn't. I had a stop in place that finally triggered, and I had rebooted Thinkorswim thinking that that was the issue. But I think the issue was with OBS, because when I looked over, my resources were like incredibly high. So took a red trade on that one. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up Thinkorswim. Look at what we did today. Don't not just talk about it. Let's look at it. So reviewing trades for Tuesday, March 14th shows that there was a total of 8 trades. That's actually 7, because I did take a trade yesterday that I held overnight that I finally dumped, and that was on INTC. That was a trade that I wanted to take in my IRA account, and I mistakenly took it in the cash account. Held it overnight. It made a decent little pop, so I got rid of this one, and I'm still holding the one in my IRA account. But traded GTLB, made 25 bucks. That was basically a little over 2R. Tesla was the one that my computer started acting up on. And then you see just like small little, I just wasn't on all cylinders today. A lot of those trades that I was making 10 bucks on, they probably were making more than that had I just stayed in the trade. But that is what it looked like. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up Thinkorswim. I want to look at the one stock that I said that I wanted to get in and I didn't. So we're going to look to see what the SPY did first today. SPY was just kind of choppy, but in a somewhat trend. On these trends, you want to see like even pullbacks, sequential pullbacks. These are like 100%. That's like a 90% retracement. Another one, almost 100% retracement. And then it just runs with no kind of pullbacks. So this is not really tradable. Just wasn't really tradable. Even coming through here when it was in this channel. So just ugly. And we did take a trade on the SPY. We'll probably look at it and see where we got in at. But I want to look at FRC. This was one of those bank stocks, and all of the bank stocks were making decent moves this morning. But this was the one that I wanted to focus on because I liked the setup the best. So pre-market, I dropped this line or this channel. Let me cancel the right extension. So that's what it looked like when I initially dropped this channel. I made the channel based on this right here and this coming through here. And then I set the top of it based on this right here. So we had this point and these right here. I put this here because I had mentioned this in the Discord this morning. where this is where I wanted to get in at. So I'm going to remove that. But when this came back right here and retested this is about $1 stop coming right here. So $1 stop with an entry of $44. That's the high of that candle. And I wanted to take this trade, but I didn't pull the trigger. Let's look and see what the top of this channel was. So getting in at 44, the top is 46.50. So that's 2.5 R right there in that move. That's good. Could have took that trade. $10 risk. I need 10 shares, $44. This trade would have cost me $444, risking $10. I make 25 if I get out right here. If I sell part of the position and I hold a couple of shares, this thing went 10 R. It went to $54. That's on a $44 entry, $1 stop. That's 10 R all day. Didn't pull the trigger on it though. I'm like, God dog it. And then you see market open, nothing. It just fizzles out. So I was already a little flustered after that. Let's look at GTLB. This is one that we did trade. I'll go ahead and bring up that contract and let's take a peek at it. There we go. We got our entry and we have, let's change this to an arrow and let's blow it up. Let's look and see where we were getting in at. And this was a put. This was a put. So getting in on this contract right here, pre-market, I had drawn this channel. I didn't change the color on it, but this is probably going to be an hourly channel. Let's look at it. Yep. Guess you can call it an hourly. And you see, I never extended it. Let's extend it and see how it plays out. Extend to the right. Look at that. That's what I love. This is just so, it's predictable when you know that it's going to respect these areas. I actually had this on the watch list to go either way. Had like a little flag, bear flag here where it could have broke down, but also had this huge move down. This is like extreme. Usually on these extreme moves, you get this move back up, and that's what we got today. But I tried to play the quick little put on it. So let's go back over and take a look. Oh, hopefully that didn't get y'all dizzy. But this was coming up. I was going a little against the grain. I was a little premature. And I got in right here and I rode this thing all the way out, knowing that I was in way too early. Look at what it did. Look at if I had just been patient and got in off of the top. It comes up. I just get in right there. I could ride this all the way back down, which is what I did. I got out in this candle right here. So fairly good exit on a bottom and tail. And we see it just kind of channel traded, just kind of consolidated after that. But definitely got in a little early right there. Actually could have bought another contract right here and just played this all the way down. Because getting in right there, we paid 85 cents for the contract, or $85. Getting in right there would have paid probably about 65. So could have paid the 65 and traded that all the way back down. But made $25 on the trade. So not too bad. But again, I wasn't in the zone, wasn't trading on all cylinders, and it'd be like that sometimes. Let's take a look at the Tesla trade. Tesla this was ugly as well, but this is the one that, we'll look at this first one and see. Let's look and see what we can see from the Tesla chart. Another nice pre-market move, but then we get this down channel, and look at how this thing exploded out of it. Just beautiful. You see, we took quite a few trades over here this morning. Let's look at the first one. These are puts. So, and we have nothing really on the chart. What the way that I was trading this was looking for this to be like an exhaustion move. Like this big move up, we're thinking that this is kind of exhausted out. Let's see if there's anything over here that we can kind of use. No real areas over here. Probably could go from here. Let's see. Go from this point to this point right here. Get a couple of these touching right here through here. Let's extend that to the right. Look at that. Look at that. Look where it peaks out at. Just looking at this candle here and looking at how this is kind of flat. Do y'all see how I dropped that trend line? This point right here, you can use, let's remove that. You can use that little point there, coming through here, extend it to the right, and look at what it did. So I kind of saw that as an exhaustion move. I get in as it's coming back down, breaking the low of that candle. Like I said, makes this little move down to the 20, and I'm trying to get out of these contracts, and I cannot. And this thing comes back up, stops me out for a few dollars loss. Let's see. We were in at 128. We got out for 121. Lost $7 when it stopped me out. And then it kind of makes this move back down. And I get out in this candle right here. And I make $6. And I lose $1 in the spread. Because I was just trying to get out break even at this point. I'm kind of like, man, this is some foolishness. Let me just get out of this trade. Let's try to reset. And I ended up losing $1 in the wash between those two. We come back and we trade this thing again. Let's look and see where we're getting in on this one. Getting in on this candle right here. As it has, let's change that back. So getting in on this candle right here, as it has come up to the top of this channel and is pushing back down. Somewhat bucking the trend. I usually don't like doing these back down because sometimes you'll get it to where it'll just kind of trade right along this edge and go higher. Or sometimes we'll trade along the edge and then finally break. So you see, that's kind of what this one did. It kind of just consolidated and then it broke. But let's look and see where we got out at. Got out in this candle right here as it was kind of trying to come back in the channel. I got out and then this thing just tanks. Let's see. Got in at 105, out at 107 on the first one, out at 115 on the second one. So made a couple of bucks on that. Let's see where we got out on that one. Got out as this one was coming back down to VWAP. Let's look right there. Got out as it was coming back down to VWAP. Again, just not really firing on all cylinders. Just not doing it. Let's look at NVDA real quick. NVDA. This is another one that we took 2 contracts on. And let's go click. There we go. All right, let's take a peek at this one. We see market opens. It's in a little uptrend. See where we get in at. Get in on this big, gigantic candle. But you know what? we coming into this zone. I should have been getting in on this candle. Let's see what the high is. The high of that candle is 238.38. High of that candle is 238.38. This would have just peekabooed you in. That's why I kind of want to get in maybe 1 or 2 cents on the break. But get in right there. Playing calls. I may have said a put. This was a call play. Got in right there. I get right back out in the next candle for a $1 loss. Or actually $5. I'm in at 105. I'm out at 1. So lost $5 on this thing. But in early, here would have triggered me in. Stop is going to be down here. Let this thing work. Again, I'm on this one. I'm in at 105. This is ugly. Let's hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. So I come back and I get in again right here. So I'm in here. I'm out there. I get in right here. And this time I kind of hold this one. But again, trading in this zone, not really pushing up higher into the channel. And we stay in this one until right here. So we get out the first contract here. So we're in at 112. We get out of this one at 116, 2 contracts. And then we get out the next one, 115, the last contract. So make a few bucks on that. But again, just not firing on all cylinders. And we do see that this thing sets a high over here around noon at 146. I mean, 156. That's $50 from that initial entry. So yeah, just not getting it done. Let's look at the SPY real quick, and then I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's go SPY, and then let's look at this one. Let's see what we did here. This was a put. Yep, remember this trade well too. So, we see the SPY. This was my initial channel. Broke right out. Started a new channel. So we get the retest of it here. Kind of get the retest of it here. And this is that move. Like I said, it'll just kind of trade right on the edge. And then you can get the breakdown. So I'm seeing this. This is trading on the edge. I get in when it breaks that candle. I get out of this thing on this candle right here. Early. Very early. Almost thinking that it's going to hold this 20 moving average. This thing tanks on out. Let's see what the high was right there. So the high of that was 170. We in at 148. Almost 50 bucks in that move right there. We made $6. Do y'all see why I say that I was not trading in the zone? Do y'all understand why I say I was not trading in the zone today? Was actually seeing the moves, and this contract didn't really pay much because the delta wasn't really there. When I dropped it, I didn't go back in and change it. The delta was a little less than 25. I should have picked another contract, and I didn't do that. But yeah, we need a reset. We'll get a reset. I'm operating, and it ain't really no excuse, but I'm operating on very little sleep, y'all. Like the last 2 nights, 2 hours a night. Most of y'all know I work part-time for an airline, and these flights have just been horrible lately. Delays after delays, weather delays. Flight's supposed to be in at 12. They weren't coming in to like 2 something. It was just bad. So I ain't on no sleep. I'm hoping tonight is not that bad. I'm hoping tonight will be a good night. But thanks for checking me out as always. If you have not hit that like button, please do so. If you are not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I am working on updating my LMD Enterprises, my LMD Apparel website, and I'll probably be offering some items that deal with trading, not so much with like a Living My Dream brand, but just some ideas. Like one is, I got my mouse pad here. I think I took the other ones back out and put them in my shop, but just little ideas like that I may end up putting on that site. So in the near future, LMD Trading will be sponsored by LMD Apparel. So be on the lookout for that. It'll have some fraternity stuff. It'll have some travel gear. I have a King of Vacations brand and also a Hustle Hard and Travel brand. So be on the lookout for that. But as always, again, thank you. And we will be back at it again tomorrow. Peace.